Hello then, how are we? How are we feeling? Welcome back to the Redmen TV, your match day live stream. This is the part of the night where you can once again have your say on what we have just witnessed, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. Liverpool 2, Real Madrid 0, 0, nada, zip, however you want to say it. It was glorious. Absolutely glorious. I've waited a long time to sit here and discuss a Liverpool victory over Real Madrid. So let's do exactly that. Yeah, do have your say in the chat. Anything you want to talk about from the game, anything you want to say, this is your opportunity to do exactly that. Lost for words might be a stretch, but I'm just so in awe of what I've just witnessed. I'm going to need your help along the way to talk through it. That part of the night will come later. I don't think you'll be getting the second bit of that message because there's not a chance in hell. I don't care what any of you say. Half of you could turn up at this studio and demand to give it to somebody else. I will be sticking that man the match start right next to Conor Bradley's sweet, sweet head. Don't need to divulge any more information into what I've just said there. Don't unpack it any more than you need to. Let's talk about it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable night. Alexis McAllister with the opening goal, and obviously Cody Gakpo from the bench doing the business, getting the job done, rounding off. Liverpool to a man were exceptional. Really, really were. Just phenomenal performance. And we were quite confident going into the game, but I wonder whether that confidence was sort of a mixture, a combination of the fact that the game didn't really have loads of jeopardy on it. Like, it wasn't do or die time. There was no trophy at the end of it necessarily. It wasn't like, okay, you win this or this happens or that happens. We had that bit of wiggle room. We had that little bit of room for manoeuvre in terms of the Champions League. So that helped sort of calm the nerves around what would normally be the biggest game of our lives. But also, I just thought that we're in such a good moment right now, and Real Madrid aren't, and they've got injury problems, and so have we, of course. But yeah, just everything just conspired to make us all feel positive in the chat, and it borne out in the match because we were boss. We were better than them. We were miles better than them. Somebody a minute ago said men versus boys, and yeah, it was. And this comment here, Adeyemi says we absolutely dominated them. We did. Jesse, 2-0 flat as them. Now, yeah, Courtois was unbelievable, but our keeper was unbelievable as well, like Kylian Kelleher. So we should, as much as I'm happy to sit here and say how brilliant we were, because I thought we were, like Real Madrid had moments. Obviously, they had the penalty miss, but Kylian Kelleher, once or twice, had to be called upon to make some big saves and delivered, as he so often does. Like, I've seen a lot of the chat before I jumped on was saying it would be a huge mistake to allow Kelleher to leave. Like, what do we do? How do we address this goalkeeper situation? It's hard to sort of argue. I'm back against somebody else says there, Kelleher's too good to be number 2. Kelleher's a bona fide world class. Like, yeah, yeah, absolutely. All of those things. But Liverpool already appear to have gone in a certain direction with the goalkeeper, and it looks like that direction might not include Kylian Kelleher. All we can really hope, Jody says he's our best keeper, all we can really hope is that he continues to put in performances of that standard right out the top drawer until the very moment he doesn't play for his football club anymore. And there's nothing to suggest he won't, because every single time he gets called upon, when it matters most, he's brilliant. And tonight was no exception. Unbelievable. Like, let's go through the game a little bit more in detail if we can. We'll do the player lovings a bit later on. I thought first off, we were good. I thought we were the better team once again. Darwin Núñez was sort of at the heart of everything, good or bad, really. Obviously gets booked. There's a moment I think he might get sent off. He gets in that scuffle with Asensio when he wants a penalty. It's all it's a bit of a drama situation for me, personally. He has a good chance. It's well saved by Courtois, because obviously Thibaut Courtois against Liverpool. And it nearly goes in off the rebound, off Asensio, actually. So we nearly took the lead there. But honestly, I thought we were really good, and I thought it become a little bit end-to-end at times, which suits both of us. We both play well in transition, us and Real Madrid. When you got the pace of Mbappe, it's always going to be a threat. But the Mbappe situation, when Conor Bradley just comes across and takes man and ball, the cleanest of clean tackles you're ever likely to see. Like, it just looks as though it's about to evolve into a real problem situation because defenders are bombing back. Konate's getting back. He's giving it absolute beans to get back involved and hopefully help out defensively, but no need to panic as Conor Bradley deals with it, and he deals with it superbly well. But I thought it was quite an even game. Like I say, I think we probably did just shade the first half personally, but Real Madrid were good value to be in the game, let's put it like that, because they're a threat. They're a major threat. But then second half, I felt like we just took it by the scruff of the neck and we didn't really give them a sniff. Obviously, they do have moments as the half goes on. But from the first whistle in the first half, I thought we were exceptional. And this is a good point as well from Jamin. And I make it right. It was because it had everything. Like, it had that little bit of needle. It was quite feisty. There was bookings, probably undeserved bookings at time as well. The ref got a little bit card happy. But, yeah, in terms of chances, in terms of quality of football, in terms of, like I say, both teams going at it and not really backing down from an attacking point of view, yeah, proper game of footy. And I thought we were very much good value to win the game personally. Big up the Scouts and the Esther, yeah. Gakpo goal shows LFC death. Sorry, bit of an inside joke going on there. Clearly apologise. We'll crack on with what we're actually here to do. Anyone who said, you know what, somebody mentioned Anfield a moment ago. Thank you very much as well, Rob. Massively appreciate that. It was a good night. Yeah, Anfield was electric. You could hear it. You could literally, like, obviously, from in there, you could. It all stemmed from that Conor Bradley tackle, actually. Like, yeah, absolutely quad bod. Who are we, like, to doubt Liverpool's defence for a single second? And more importantly, Kevin Kelleher. But the clean sheet did feel as though we were taking the piss a little bit. Turns out Liverpool took the piss a little bit. And again, Anfield were literally singing, Liverpool take the piss, Liverpool take the piss by the end of it. But Anfield, it always sounds like a good atmosphere. It sounds like they were up for it. You know, it's a big night, etc., etc. There's a coach welcome prior to the game and all that. But then the minute Conor Bradley took out Kylian Mbappe, it just went up a notch. And that, with it, took the tempo. Like, the tempo of Liverpool's play, the passing. We were always controlling the midfield. It felt like we were playing through them nicely. We had a lot of joy in the centre of the park. Often Gravenberch and McAllister were one pass into each other. It was a really, really nice watch. And some of the football we played was sublime. And Real Madrid couldn't live with us. For all the quality and experience, certainly in Luka Modric, I don't think they had the wherewithal or the legs to keep up with us at times tonight. And that's testament to what we're doing right now. What we're doing right now is on another planet, an absolute another planet. But Quadbod, you're absolutely spot on. It was Matt as well. We were, like, it was a joy to watch at times, that midfield, certainly in the first half. And I know second half the goals come and we actually, you know, dominate the game even more so. But I felt like at times the football we played in that first half, we were actually like purring, like, honest to God. And again, nothing comes of it, but we were in the mood by that point. And like I say, Anfield goes, the team go, the whole place goes. It was just alive. And yeah, Real Madrid. And how long have we waited to say Real Madrid couldn't handle it? They couldn't handle it. Real Madrid, ladies and gentlemen, could not handle it. Yeah, boss, I'll dive back into the chat because I'm stopped talking. Rob Davis says, I wonder if Modric has got off the walters. Yeah, and Mendy as well. Like, he went off with blurred vision, I think, by the end, Mendy. I know Salah missed the penalty. What was that pen, by the way? What was that pen? Like, Mo, I love you, but what was that pen? Like, I've come full circle on penalties for Mo Salah because I often panicked about his technique when he took them, and I never felt confident that he was going to score. He always scored, but I always worried. And then he started taking them really quite well and, like, being quite sort of convincing with the way he struck it, his technique, and he felt like, okay, this is fine. And then he did that tonight. No news on Konate. No, that's the only downside, really, from the entire evening so far. I know Conor Bradley went off as well prior to Konate, but he looked like he was just about okay. Maybe some cramp involved there. Obviously, played loads of footy and absolutely left everything on the pitch tonight. So it wouldn't shock me if Connor's was just a little bit of cramp, hopefully. Anyway, but with Ibu, that was right at the end. He took quite a lot of time to get up and there was quite a lot of treatment going on. And he never looked happy, really, from what I've seen. So fingers crossed. If anyone does hear any updates from Arna whilst we're doing the show, do let me know. Southampton were more threatening than Madrid. Tyler Diblin was better than Kylian Mbappe. I'll give you that. I will absolutely give you that. That's a fair assessment. Macca for pens. No, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't want Salah to take the pens because, again, I think Salah's penalty record speaks for itself. And I think the way he sort of tailored and transformed the way he takes them, it fills me with more confidence. But like I say, tonight was one to forget. It was a shocker. An absolute shocker. Yeah, hopefully. And hopefully it was just a fall. No, Jayden Daniels did not play, and the under-21s got beat by Real Madrid 1-0. Good game, though. Well in it. But the Tattoo Gardener says City will not want to play us on Sunday. They'll be so worried. Yeah, if City continue their run of turgid form, absolutely turgid form, and not just form, performances to go with it. Obviously last night they were good for a bit and then fucking terrible for the last bit, but yeah, the way we're playing right now, and again, said it before the game, in terms of momentum and in terms of psychological impact, like what we've done tonight compared to what City done last night are chalk and cheese. Like they threw away a 3-0 lead at home to Feyenoord. We've just beaten Real Madrid 2-0. Like they're not even in the same stratosphere when it comes to comparing those two things. So we should bounce into the weekend as a fan base, as a collective, as a squad, etc. City should come into this weekend with trepidation, fearing what's going to happen to them. And it sounds dramatic, it sounds over the top, but it's fucking true at the same time. So it's good. I feel like I sit here a lot these days and say it's good, but I'll sit till the end of the season if I need to and tell you it's good. Patrick with a super chat, thank you so much. Bradley couldn't have played better. Never ever been so happy for a player who pocketed Mbappe. What the fuck? Yeah, we made sort of reference and jokes about, not jokes, but like, we made light of the fact that Conor Bradley 2 years ago was playing and starring for Bolton Wanderers. It's true, and he's come such a long way, and it's testament to what he's as a footballer, testament to his commitment, testament to Arne Slot backing him, so and so. But yeah, he kept Kylian Mbappe quiet. He kept him so quiet, and he was so unsettled by Conor Bradley's presence, he missed a pen. Good save though. Very good save from Keith Kelleher, to be fair. Good on pens, isn't he? He's got a job. He's all right at that. I quite like him on that. Assist for Robbo again. Yeah, lovely assist as well. And I know Robbo gives away the penalty. We'll talk more about the players and the details later on. But I thought, yeah, the penalty was a shame. It's soft as well, wasn't it? I think it's probably just about a pen, but my word, is it soft. I don't think it gets given by VAR if the ref doesn't give it, if that makes sense. I think if the ref waves it away, I think we just carry on with the game, to be honest with you. But yeah, Andre C said, I'm so happy I stayed awake, one of our members. Thank you so much. Until 7 a.m. Felt cathartic to see us win after 10 years of trying. 15 years. You can extend that 5 years, mate. Another half a decade. But you're right. It was just a joy to watch. Lovely, lovely viewing on a Wednesday night. Yeah, just to look at both tables, taking the piss. Yeah. Pat says Bradley starts on Sunday if fit. Yeah, hopefully he's fit, because not just in terms of Bradley starting, obviously Joe Gomez is the one that comes on for him. Now that just be because of sort of the defensive mindedness of Joe Gomez or how assured he can be in that situation. But the fact that it isn't Trent suggests that Trent isn't quite as ready as maybe he should be if he's going to start on Sunday. Now that's not to say he won't, but if it isn't Connor, tonight would suggest it might be Joe Gomez, which is fine, by the way. Joe Gomez has started many games against Manchester City down the years. Don't have an issue with that necessarily, but I would rather it was Connor. Connor's up to speed. He's playing brilliantly. Tonight will have done him the absolute world of good, confidence-wise, if he needed a confidence boost, of course, because he was exceptional. Assist, could have scored, pocketed Kylian Mbappe, absolutely covered every single blade of grass on that right-hand side of the pitch. Phenomenal. Man the match by a country mile for me. And McAllister was boss, Kelleher was boss, Vulcanato was really good defensively as well. Gravenberch was Gravenberch. Curtis Jones was unbelievable. But Conor Bradley, levels. Absolute levels. Yeah. Okay. Robbo, we're not having negativity in the We just beat Real Madrid. I'm sorry, I'm not doing negativity tonight, guys. Normally I'll entertain a little bit of sort of opinion and back and forth about things, but can't do it tonight. I'm not having it in my life. I'm sorry. Yesen says, guys, on Kelleher is number one. Danny Howard says, best team performance in Slot arrived, controlled, dominant, and kept their big players quite unreal display. Yeah, absolutely. Matt Bannister, I just want to say how good does the Champions League table look. Yeah, I did post something on our socials about both tables before, and yep, not bad. 3 academy kids bossing Real Madrid. Just we're just it, aren't we? We're the absolute fucking dog's bollocks. And as some of you may know, I'm not a huge swearer. But ultimately, truth be truth, like, we are some footy side. And I'm going to go into another rant here, and I do this a lot. I will keep bringing up comments as I do so. But the best thing about this Liverpool team right now is the fact we're winning games. We're top of both leagues, obviously. But that aside, is the fact that I still don't believe, despite what I've witnessed with my very eyes, I still don't believe we are the finished version of what Arne Slot wants. And that's brilliant. Because if there's room for improvement and we're still work in progress and we're this good, sign me up. Like, I was already invested for the rest of my life anyway, so that's a stupid thing to say. But you know what I mean. It's just, yeah, what a time to be alive. And just on that note, just dead briefly, I am doing a show at some point this week for Plus with somebody who has watched a lot of finals and obviously is watching Liverpool at the moment too. And I'm going to sort of delve into what are the differences and the subtle differences and what Arne might want to improve and sort of make us become. And I know the quality of players is different, I'm aware of that. But in terms of us not quite being his vision yet, I want to know what might change basically in the coming weeks and months. Anfield was definitely bouncing. I do want to mention something on the comments on the screen now though, because over at redmenmerch.com we have released our new Christmas sweater, literally as the final whistle went tonight. And it is that. It says that. And it's Arne Slot in his most infamous pose, I'm sure you can imagine. Full Santa regalia on, rigged out, kitted out, Santa gear. So if you haven't got a Christmas jumper of any description yet, stop being a humbug, get to redmenmerch.com, get yourself boxed, because it's Liverpool, it's Arne Slot, it's Christmas. 3 of the best things in life, to be honest. So make sure you do that. It is going to get better. It's just going to get better. Things can only get better, as I think D. Ream once said years ago. Just realised we clinched a knockout. Is that true? I don't think it's quite done. I think it's more or less done, bar the counting, but I'm not sure it's done. Although it would be nice if it was done. No, I've checked the fixtures, DB, and I can't see anything. Like, I think we're going to go for the entire season playing nobody, or at least that's what most pundits and rival fans would have you believe. I don't think we're ever going to play anybody who's any good. Liverpool, that's not allowed to happen. So no, sorry, I can't help you. Can't help you on that front. Saying I have seen his chat and I have tried to bring it up once or twice, but I keep missing it. Robbo. Yeah, Robbo's ball was exceptional. Robertson has great quality when it comes to delivering. So, we're guaranteed top 24. What a fucking ridiculous thing to say that is. We're guaranteed top 24, ladies and gentlemen. We are guaranteed at least a playoff place in the Champions League. Massive group phase, which is wonderful. Was this our best performance of the season? Somebody says the most complete performance. Yeah, it was a little bit. Probably was. In terms of the scoreline, a very professional 2-0 victory. But when that's against Real Madrid, it's kind of got to be given more flowers than that, I guess. Real Madrid, albeit a little bit stricken and a little bit down to the bare bones by injury, it's still a side that possesses so much quality and has had the hex over us for 15 years. So to dismiss them in the way that we did, and it could have been more, like, I tend to agree. I think the 2-goal disparity between the teams flattered Real Madrid a little bit. It could have easily been a 5-2 to flip that game on its head a little bit, because Courtois once again was Courtoising against Liverpool, because that's just what he does. He produced some brilliant saves to keep the scoreline down in the end, actually. And it felt like when the game really opened up late on, had we've gone for the jugular, maybe we could have made it even more convincing than it once was. But yeah, we were brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And Black Noir didn't mind the ref. I wasn't convinced by the ref, I'll be honest. Listen, Dickie, I'm gutted. I won't sleep tonight worrying about what happens next to Real Madrid. It's good. I'm in work in the morning, so I'm going to be exhausted tomorrow because I'm going to be tossing and turning all night, panicking about the future of Carlo Ancelotti and co. It honestly pains me. God, that was good. Honestly, they've caused me such heartbreak and misery and pain and grief. I'm just so happy we managed to just give a little bit back. And I know in the grand scheme of things, it might not mean that anything actually happens. But right now, I can sit here and bask in the glory and the hope and the joy. And it tastes so sweet. I'm just going to very quickly dive into the Twitter chat before I move on. LFC Seattle, I actually remembered to post it this time, so I'm going to pat myself on the back by using it. What a performance. We were so good. Beat them 2-0, should have been more. Who's the best team in Europe right now? And why is it Liverpool Football Club? Actually looking forward to City on Sunday. Up, they're making it look easy. Red. Couldn't have said it better myself. Can't wait to see what it'll be like when we actually play someone. That's nice work by Craig Everson right there. And it's Everton with a TH, not a V. You don't need to dismiss him from your lives instantly. Speaking of which, Carlo Ancelotti did say he's still an Evertonian, and thus it proved because he came to Anfield and got beat. All LFC says Rafa getting his Chinese order in early. Yeah, fine. Lancashire says top class performance from top to bottom, full deserved victory. George Furlong says, what's most exciting, actually, this is kind of a point I made a moment ago, is the fact we can definitely play better and we're pissing everything that moves. I did not say that last bit. I did not read the entirety of the comment before I started speaking. The first bit is very much in line with what I said. I've never used the phrase pissing everything that moves in my life, but I'm here for it. Sam Craddock says, Kelleher is special. Shame he's almost definitely off in the summer because he's done more than enough to stake his claim to be our next number one. Also, why would Trent want to leave us for them when we just did that to them? Yeah, I'm up for that little bit of spice at the end there. It's a bit of me, that. Steve James, possibly the best performance under Slot. And finally, Stuart Spencer says, great team performance. Kelleher and Bradley outstanding. Jones and Mack grew into the game. Solid performance for everyone else. Darwin is still an enigma. Yeah, listen, Darwin was fine. I was just worried he was going to get sent off, to be honest. I thought he was all right. Unlucky not to score with a big Courtois save. I thought he was good. I thought he was all right. I thought he ran his socks off. He caused headaches. He never let Real Madrid have a moment's peace at the back. Yeah, all right. Listen, I wasn't the one with a Rafa hate, I'll be honest. That was someone on Twitter. And yeah, I thought it was out of order, for what it's worth. Imagine the fun if City have to play Madrid in the playoffs. See, I don't know enough about the Champions League and how it works and who plays who. Because it has crossed my mind in the past couple of days, what if Real Madrid end up in the playoffs, or even City for that matter, who do they face? Because sometimes all you want, going out would be nice in terms of getting eliminated. That's obviously sound. Well, sometimes you just want them to go through the ringer a little bit, in terms of actually have a difficult game. Because it used to do my head in when City's cup draws were Prescott Cables, with all due respect to Prescott Cables, at home as well normally. And it was well, that's not even a challenge. They could pretty much play any team they want and win that game of footy. So that used to wind me up. So if they were to fall into the playoffs, City or Real Madrid, you just want them to have a difficult game. And again, losing ideally, but just a proper game. Yeah, it should, shouldn't it? It should. I liked it. I was proud of myself. I'll be honest. Listen, I don't pat myself on the back much. Or I don't give myself, praise much because it isn't warranted. But yeah, I thought that was some of my finest work, actually. So thank you. Thank you for recognising it. Speaking of finest work, yeah, Slot, somebody mentioned Slot like a little kid in his post-game interview. Why not? Why not? Fellas the man, I did like his celebration. And think of the first goal when he turned around and give it there. Because he's just showing a little bit more. I've said this a few times. He's just eking out more and more of his personality, and it's. I like it. I like Arne. Is it? Yeah, of course, Michael. Yeah, I know you and where you're from. I didn't even see you there. Yeah, they're just the first club that came to mind, to be honest with you. Obviously, because I live 5 minutes away, so I guess it makes sense. Yeah, Darwin was good, man. Darwin did that little turn in the first half. I thought he played well. He was feeling it a little bit. He looked like he was in the mood without actually providing or doing anything particular. Yeah, I thought he had a decent all-round performance, and he looked like something could happen. Nothing on Canate's injury yet. Again, if anybody hears about that in the chat, yeah, let's fucking pray, Benny. If anybody hears about Canate in the chat, do let me know, whether in this show or the next one, because I would like to know if there's any update on him or Conor Bradley, for that matter. I'm not fussy. TNT speaking to Jude Bellingham. That's That's a nice watch. He looks fuming. I don't know what he's saying, but he looks fuming. I'm up for that. He's saying something in like Brummy. I don't know what it is. That's just I can't hear him, not because I don't understand the accent. I just can't hear what he's saying. Sound. I'll start to wrap up now. But that was a lot of fun. The next show will be a lot of fun. Thank you very much. He was. Yeah. Possibly. But I think you are being that guy a little bit. I'll be dead honest with you. I don't want to call you out, but I think you are being that guy just a touch. I think we can just enjoy tonight, and in the fullness of time, maybe unpick why it happened a little bit. I thought we were really good, and I don't think Real Madrid were. I thought we were better than Real Madrid, and we scored 2 goals. They scored none. That's kind of all that matters right now. We can enjoy the fun bits, like Conor Bradley owning Kylian Mbappe, Virgil van Dijk turning Kylian Mbappe into Ray Gun. We can enjoy the fun from it. I don't think we need to say, well, we only won because X, Y, Z. Yeah. Whatever. Conor Bradley has a hamstring, somebody said in the chat a minute ago. I hope he does, because otherwise I don't know how he runs, because that's hard. Really hard. Really, really hard. Nice. No, I don't think so. Because, yeah, they were the Irish. The look of the Irish was definitely on Liverpool's side tonight. Unbelievable performances. Okay, let's do this. Let's go into player rankings show mode because I want to talk about Liverpool footballers more. Thank you so much for getting involved in this bit. Do join me in that bit in like literally about 2 minutes time. That finished 1-0 Real Madrid. Yeah, that wasn't great. Yeah, that was really funny. Boss, thank you very much. See you in a minute.